Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and man, it's time to make a trade because my pitching staff just isn't getting it done. I mean, let's just look at let's look at this calendar right now. So we're 16 and 19, 3 games under 500, but I need to pull out some of these close wins, and it's because my offense isn't that good. But I need my pitching staff to give up 1, 2, 3 runs a game. Like sometimes, like giving up 5 runs is the difference between me winning and losing. I mean, look at this. We gave up 6 runs here and lost, 4 runs here and lost. 2 to 3 isn't a bad loss. Actually, we lost that game on a walk-off, which was pretty unfortunate. We were up 2-0 going into the 9th, and I gave up 3 runs in the 9th, I believe. And then Boston here, we lost 5-7, which, you know, we gave up 7 runs at home to Boston, which isn't bad because Boston has a good team, but still, 7 runs. It just isn't going to get it done. So we're looking for some pitching help here. And man, I was just like looking at different rosters, and I was just looking at different farm systems, just researching like outside of MLB The Show. And I come across the Tigers, and I'm like, who is this guy they have here? Corey Riordan. Let's call him Riordan. Corey Riordan. He's 30 years old, and look at his stats right now. He's only got 11 innings pitched, .79 ERA, but look at his stats. Hold on. I must be blind or something. I must not be seeing this right, but his hits per 9 is 82, and his Ks per 9 is 76. Homers per 9 is 73, but look at his control, 14, and his walks per 9 is 29. So I see why they don't have him starting, because he's out of control. But look, I mean, he doesn't give up any hits, and honestly, that's pretty valuable. So I'm looking for somebody that's not going to give up many hits, not going to give up any runs. I like him, and I think I'm going to trade for him because right now, let's look at our starting rotation. I mean, we have Willie Peralta here, who's 2-2. I mean, he's not doing too bad, but look at his ERA. It's 5.4. It's up there. Chase Anderson isn't doing too bad either. He's only 1-2, but his ERA is a little better, 3.9. And then Matt Garza had that one game. He started 4.5 ERA. Taylor Jungmann is my other starter. 4.76 ERA. He's kind of a fringe starter. He's not really on our rotation, but you know, the only 2 people that are really safe are Zach Davies, he's got a 4 ERA, but I know he pitches good, and then Junior Guerrero, who's got a 2.38 ERA. So they're locked up with our team. These 3 are on the fringe here. I like Chase Anderson better than anybody else here. We tried to give Jimmy Nelson a chance. He was struggling at the MLB level. He went 1-4, and he has a 3.31 ERA, so I don't really contribute that to him too much, but he was still struggling quite a bit. I mean, he's got 16 walks and 29 strikeouts. So, and Josh Hader isn't ready yet. He'll get there, but not now. So I'm actually going to give up Willie Peralta. And you know what? If I look at this, I can get Riordan straight up if I really wanted to. But let's look for some depth in the farm system here. I don't really need too much infield. It would be nice to have a nice backup, but they don't have anybody that's like a utility guy that could back up all positions. Maybe Andrew Romine, but I don't know. So, you know what? I think I'm going to make this trade before this game. Let's just see what I end up with. So, we're actually going to trade for their number 6 prospect in their farm system, according to MLB.com. Kyle Funkhauser. That's a great name. Whoever gave him that last name is amazing. Funkhauser. So he's going to be in our minors. He's not going to probably touch the MLB for maybe a couple of years, maybe next year. I mean, who knows? I mean, he could just tear it up and all of a sudden be moved up. But he's 62 overall. I mean, his stats aren't overwhelming. They're pretty good, but it's their number 6 prospect. Just to give you like a comparison to their number 2 prospect in their farm system, Kristen Stewart, who, I mean, he's all right. I mean, but this is their number 2 prospect, and they're willing to give him up. So that's kind of funny, because if we switch this out, if we take out Funkhauser here, look, they're ready to make that deal, but no way they trade for Willie Peralta. They give up their number 2 prospect. So we're gonna keep it realistic here. We're gonna trade for the number 6 prospect and a lifelong minor leaguer in Corey Riordan, who's gonna be in the majors for me. I mean, because he's 30 years old. So, and I guess in real life they don't see any future for him in the majors. So we're gonna execute this trade. Willie Peralta, man, it's been fun, but we gotta get rid of you. We need some help. Even though we're taking a risk here, because Riordan, he doesn't have much control, 14 control. So it's gonna be tough pitching with him, but we're gonna do it. So let's make this trade go through. They accepted it. We got 1 pitching prospect and a guy to move up to the majors right now. So our rotation's going to be looking pretty nice. We have a hole there right now, but I'm going to move him up to the majors. Let's see what we can do with him next game. He's going against the Red Sox right away, so we're going to throw him into the fire. Let's get it going. So we are facing the Red Sox. Eduardo Rodriguez is on the mound for the Red Sox. No Chris Sale. We faced him a couple games ago. We did all right versus him. Hit him pretty well, but we're trying to bounce back here. We lost last night. And right here to start off, VR is going to get thrown out at second, trying to stretch a lead-off single into a double. And Riordan is on the mound, and he's actually doing pretty well to start off the game. And Jet Bandy in the second inning hits one into the right center gap. Is going to advance the runner to third base. So we got guys on first and third with 2 outs, and Orlando Arcia is going to hit one into the gap. Jet Bandy is rounding second. He's heading home from third, and the shortstop is going to throw Jet Bandy out at the plate. And Riordan gets back on the mound, up 1 now, and he strikes out Dustin Pedroia. And the next batter, Jackie Bradley, he's going to get to swing and miss, and he's actually pitching pretty well. But until the 4th inning, it looks like Kung Fu Panda comes up and crushes one to right field. In the next inning, Lewis Brinson strikes out swinging on a high pitch way out of the zone. So we got a man on first for Domingo Santana.
A swing and a high drive to right center field. Back goes Betts, still going back. And that one is out of here. A 2-run shot that gives them the lead.
Domingo Santana is going to give us the 3-1 lead. And a couple of batters later, Jet Bandy takes one deep, and that one gets over the wall. And Bandy is on the board for his first homer of the season, and the Brewers take a 4-1 lead. Youngman is on to pitch now, and he gives up a shot to left field, and Boston says, "Not too fast. I can do what you can do." And they hit a homer to left field, and this lead is cut to 2. And the Red Sox are going to string together a hit again, but Youngman's going to at least get them to ground out into the double play. So Youngman gives up another 2-out hit. They had tons of 2-out hits in this game, and Youngman just could not get out of his own way. And Mookie Betts beats a little dribbler out to third, and Jackie Bradley Jr. comes up next and hits one to the gap, and Brinson's on it, but his throw is not in time, and Arcia is going to try to throw home, and it's just going to be sad here. I mean, because the Red Sox came all the way back this late in the game, and Trace Thompson cannot get it done for the Brewers in the 8th. But luckily, Tommy Malone gets the next batter up in the 9th to ground out, and then a hard hit back up the middle from Dustin Pedroia, and Tommy Milone at least throws him out, so we got 2 outs in the 9th. And the next batter crushes one to right field off of the wall, and Domingo Santana comes up throwing. He holds him at first, so they got a guy on first, but we get him to ground out to short, and we're going to extra innings. I think this is our first extra inning game of the season, to be honest. And nothing can get going in the 9th here. We cannot get on the board, but we're on to the 11th here. Neftali Feliz gives up a liner to left field, so they have a runner on first. And they're going to try to bunt the runner over, but we throw the guy out at second. The guy at first gets there. He has 87 speed, but Dustin Pedroia gets up. He hits a liner down the right field line. Domingo Santana, he gets into trouble with the wall there, and we try to throw, but we're just not in time. So Boston's putting some runs on the board. They're advancing the runner to third base, and Mookie Betts gets a hold of an outside pitch and yanks it to left field, and the Red Sox take a 7-4 lead. It's not looking good for the Brewers, but VR does start off the bottom half of that inning with a hit to right, but Broxton can't do nothing. Brinston can't do anything. Domingo Santana takes a walk, and Travis Shaw comes to the plate.
Here's the 3-1. And he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run.
Travis Shaw is so fun to play with. He's a big lefty, and he comes up clutch for us, and we tie up the game in extras. In the next inning, Jet Bandy at least gets on first, and on a hit and run situation, Orlando Arcia drives one to the right center gap, and that one's going to get down, but look, it's going to bounce over the fence. That would have been game over, but instead it's a ground rule double. And so we got guys on second and third, and now the base is loaded with VR getting walked, and we have the bases loaded with 1 out. Keon Broxton grounds to third for a double play. We had guys on second and third with no outs, and we could not score. And pay attention to this. This was a blunder of mine. I gotta admit, it was late. Now look at this again. So I think this is a ball. It's a 3-2 count. So our catcher drops the ball. And at this point in time, I made so many substitutions that I have Hernan Perez at catcher, so he can't catch anything that's thrown to him. So I think that's a ball, but instead it's a strike. All I had to do was throw to first, and we got him out of there. But the next batter comes up, and he smacks one. Bogarts hits one over the center field wall, and they take the lead here. And the Brewers are going to make a horrible mistake by not throwing out that drop third strike, and we go on to lose this game. Man, we gave up 18 hits and we had 10, and we lost. Man, can't believe it. Hit subscribe. We're going to have to bounce back versus the Padres on the road.